Okay, here's our problem. It's a custom Python module named functions. We need to have two functions in there to convert dollars to pounds and pounds to dollars. They return a single full precision float value. All the print statements are going to take place in our other program. Okay, here's our conversion thing, and then the main function is going to ask for our input. Okay, let's do it. So the first thing we need is functions.py. Maybe this is scary because you have to import functions and you've never done that before, but it won't be scary. We'll get through it. So we can't do this in the Python command line because we need to have multiple files, but so we're going to start in functions.py. We're just going to make a file, def, defining a function, convertdp. It's going to give we're going to give a value, right? Because it's going to convert. We're going to need to pass the value that we're going to want to convert. So we'll call it value, and all that. This is dollars to pounds, so it's going to return the value times 1 divided by, what is it? 1.26634. Is that right? I think that's right. I don't think I have this backwards, but maybe I do. Convert pounds to dollars, value, and this is going to return value times 1.26634 divided by 1. Don't really need that divided by 1, but whatever. So this should do it for this function, this, what do we call it? Module? So we're going to save this and get out of it. And this is called functions.py, right? And before we get into program 53.py, which maybe I'll get into and maybe I won't, at this point it's all going to be the same as the Python command line. But now that we're in the directory of functions.py, so we can do import functions, and it will import that function, I think. Now when we do functions dot, we'll have our functions. We have the convert. I pressed tab, by the way, to autocomplete, and then because there's multiple options, when I press tab again, it gives me those two options. But so we could run functions.convertdp. So this is dollars to pounds. So if we converted $1, it would be 0.78. Or if we did pounds to dollars, it would be 1.266. So 1 pound equals $1.26634. So that's our conversion side. Now we just need to do the main function, which we could do this in a file. I don't know if I want to. So I'll just do it right here. So def main, right? And enter a value to convert. So this needs to be input. It needs to be assigned a value. We'll call it value. And input returns a string. So we want this to be a float, right? We don't want it to be an integer because we want it to have point something. And we don't want it to be a string because we want to convert it. You can't convert a string, can't multiply a string and divide a string. So float and then input and then enter the value. That should do it for that line. Now we're going to need, this is like a decision, right? Decision variable. I guess we'll call it decision because this is going to be either a D or a P, but we don't know what. So we're going to call it decision, I guess. That's good enough. It'll be a string, and we can handle a string for this part. So enter D or P. for value to pounds or dollars. Okay? So that'll get that. That'll get that value. Now we're going to need to ask what we're going to do when depending on this value, the value of decision. So what are our options? In the event that decision equals, and this is a double equals, right? Because we're not assigning it a value, we're asking it about a value. When we're asking it, we use double equals. So if decision equals D, then colon and tab. So we're in the if statement. If it's a D, we're converting pounds to dollars. So I'm pretty sure we're going to converted value. Okay, yeah, converted value, and we're going to do the conversion. How do we do that? We need to call our functions dot convert. What is it? D, pounds to dollars. So pounds to dollars, and then our value. So now we have our converted value for in the event that it's pounds to dollars. So the next thing in the same if statement, we want to say this line here. We want to print out this. So let's see if we can do that. Print f string, because we're going to do some injecting. The value, and this is going to be, I don't know if it's going to yell at us if we just put value because it's an integer. It might, and I don't want it to, so I'll call it a string value because I know that will work. The value, pounds, converts to, and then converted value. Maybe we could have called that like pounds or something. Dollars, converted value. Dollars. Now the problem here is that this is going to print out this whole thing and they want us to convert it, right? They want this to be only, oh my goodness, that's strange. Converted value. Um, I don't like what's happening here. Let's get out of this. Let's try this again. Def main, value equals that, decision equals that. If decision equals D, converted value equals that. And now print the value, stir value, pounds, converts to converted value. Now the problem here, right, is that we don't want it to say 1.266634. We only want 2 decimal places. So at this point, we add that colon and then the decimal point, 2 for the number of decimal places we want, F because it's a float, and then we end the squiggly brackets. And that is dollars. Hopefully this is right. Okay, so that should do it for decision D. elif is going to be a second condition. So if you have an if and then you have another condition where maybe you have like A, B, C, or D. So you would say if A, elif B, elif C, elif D. It means the second condition, but not just else, because you could do else. Else doesn't take another conditional. Else is just everything else. It's the giant bucket. And we don't really want to do that here because we don't have, maybe we don't want, I don't know what we want to do in the case that someone puts an M or something. So we're just going to say elif decision equals P. We're not going to handle any other cases. And in that case, converted value equals, and this time we're going to call different function, right? We're going to call the other one convertdp value. And now we're just sort of flipping what we say. Print the value stir value, and this is dollars, converts to converted value dot to f pounds. And maybe that's going to work. I don't know how much faith I have in this. Do you have faith? Let's see. What do we got? 25.5. D or P? D. 25.5 is 32.29. All right. Main again. Let's see if we can do this the other way. 25.5. And now we're going to do P. 20.14. Are we going to get it? Hey, we did it. All right. I'm so proud of us. All right. That'll do it for this one. Hopefully that all made sense. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. Bye.